Hello, everyone. Diana Rankin here. This is our 52nd video, weekly video this year, and it's next to the last video of the year. Next week will be our very last video for this year, and we'll start on 2021. Kind of exciting, isn't it? So, this week we have winter solstice, we have Christmas. Oh my gosh, what a week. What a powerful, powerful week this is going to be. Uh, I can't tell you how powerful this particular week is. Probably the most powerful week in my lifetime that I've ever experienced. And so, what I want to say is just use it, use the power to make your lives better. I'm going to pull this just a little bit closer here to me. How's that? Okay. And move it just a little bit down. Anyway, enough. We're going to get our message from Phillip this week. And then, of course, we will also get a message from this book, my Oracle book. Every page has a different wisdom, and we will get our message here later. This week, I want to get started because it's kind of a long message, but I want to first of all say welcome to everyone who's come. Hello, beautiful Annika. Happy Friday and Merry Christmas week to everyone, she is saying. And we're always glad to have you, always glad to see you there. So thank you for being with us live. You give me courage to go forward. Okay, so what our message this week is, or what our discussion is on. Well, it's not really a discussion. It's just it's a discussion between Phillip and I sometimes. But what our message is, or what our question is, it's about spirit guides, and also about. I'm sorry, I'm making noise here. I apologize. I was trying to prop the book up, but I'll just hold it. It's about spirit guides and angels. And I say this is part one because the answer got rather lengthy, and I didn't want to take up all your morning or afternoon here. And so we're going to do angels and a little bit of spirit guides, but mostly we're going to hold the spirit guides for next Friday. So here we go. The writer here, there are multiple questions in this. And so thank you, by the way, for sending questions. I have some that just came in on email and some on the comments below. And hello, Wendy. Good to see you. Yes, I made it for live. Boy, it's exciting, isn't it, sometimes to be able to do that. And it's exciting for me to have you there. It lets me know that I'm not just speaking into a vacuum. So that's cool. Anyway, let me just read you all the different questions that came in. Thank you. I want to just remind you, if you have questions, you can put them in the comments below. You can send them to me email. I do my best to answer them as quickly as possible. We do have a few that were backlogged, and then sometimes I may take you out of the queue and put you a little bit below because this particular question, or these questions, really seem to be needed right now, and so perfect for this week of winter solstice and Christmas. So hello, Judith, good to see you. So here are our questions. What is the difference between angels and guides? And we do answer that. Are all angels guardian angels? We answer that. Are they available to anyone who asks, or are they assigned to a specific person? Is their specialty protection? The answers might surprise you. And then we look a little bit at this week, but we're going to get into guides more next week. Are guides more like full-time employees? Are they assigned to a specific person? I see them as teaching, guiding, encouraging, as well as protecting. Is this what guides, is this their purpose? So we're going to get into guides a lot more next week, but here we go with what angels are. Let us begin by clearing up a misconception about angels. They do not have wings. They also do not have bodies as in the human form. This said, we want you to know that if it brings you joy to imagine an angel in human form who spreads wings over you or someone or something, this is fine. In doing so, you are creating the protection. So visualize away. And I will tell you, I often ask the angels to spread their wings over the wildlife on the land where I live. I always ask angels as I'm leaving to spread their wings over our home and specifically over the four-legged ones who live here. And I also ask them to spread their wings over my vehicle as we go about and over me, of course, as we go about our business. So I do that visualization and I love it. So I'm glad that Phillip tells us that that is pulling in the protection, even though in spirit world they may be laughing at us a bit. I don't think so. Okay, then he goes on to say, the second point we wish to make is there are multiple types of angels, and the roles they play may be in accordance with guides or in addition to. For example, when a human leaves the third dimension and moves into spirit world, they are usually greeted by both angels and guides. We say usually because not everyone is ready to see those who wait for them. They may need to grow a bit first. Or there are those who themselves are guides in human form, so when they enter, they know how to proceed. We also use the plural for both angels and guides. Notice that. As we have stated, angels have multiple purposes, as do guides, which we will get to shortly. For the moment, we shall continue with angels. First, though, we shall share an important distinction between angels and guides. Angels have not had human experiences, guides have. Hello, Debbie, glad to see you. And she says hi to everyone. So there you go. Okay, each human previous to birth is assigned a guardian angel to watch over and protect the human, especially needed as the newborn adjusts to the third dimension. In some instances, a human may be assigned more than one guardian angel. This may take place when the energy of the human requires additional help or when the angelic energy is creating new. Either way, the addition of experienced angelic energy is called for. This specific guardian angel, or angels in those rare cases, will stay with the human throughout their lifespan in human form. They watch over the human and often add comfort. They may add comfort in different manners. For example, they may hum in the human's ears, or they may simply make their presence known by wrapping their energy around the human in times of stress. Hello there. Hi, Norms. Glad to see you. I love that the angel may hum in our ears or wrap their energy around us, calming us in times of stress. In addition to the guardian angels and the angels greeting humans as they pass over, there are angels assigned to animals, angels assigned to portals in the earth, angels assigned to trees, stone people, and so on. In addition to protection, angels also provide humans with joy. Since they have not spent time in the human realm, they know only joy. They are pure love, which produces joy. So just to remind you that Phillip tells us angels have not spent time in the human realm where spirit guides have. Phillip goes on to say, when we speak of angels, excuse me, we are speaking of those beings in the realm of pure energy. Let us remember that although not angels in the strictest sense, any human who commits an act of kindness is committing an angelic act. This makes them a human angel. They don't have wings either, Phillip says, and then he laughs at his joke. The fact that angels don't have wings, nor do the humans we call angels when they commit an angelic act. They don't have wings either. He found that funny. All right. He goes on to say, we have answered the questions of whether a specific angel is assigned to a specific person. We want to add that any human may call in extra angels at any time. And I want to, and then he goes, reminds me of a story that I'm quite familiar with. And I want to tell you that story because it's really a beautiful story. It's called Hazel's Angels. Many years back, as some of you know, I studied. And hello, Debbie. Good to see you. So good to see all of you on this Friday afternoon on live here. And I just want to remind everybody before I tell you the story of Hazel's Angels, and then I'll finish reading Philip's message to us about angels, that if you have questions, please keep them general rather than very specific about you. If you want specific questions answered about you, please make an appointment with me. You can get the information at the comments below. I want to say above, but they're actually below the video. But the questions for the general public, for those of us who are on our spiritual path and want to know more about it, put those questions. You can email them to me. You can put them in the comments below and I will get them, or you can even put them a live comment. So back to Hazel's Angels. Years ago, when I was studying with Jean Houston, I traveled to New York once a week with 150 or 60 other people. And one of the people in the group, her name was Hazel. And Hazel had been working with the USO back in World War II. She said so many people were dying in World War II. And she said, you know, I bet there are a bunch of out of work angels. So what Hazel did was call in all of these angels to help those soldiers make their transition. So she said after the war was over and all these soldiers had made their transition successfully, all these angels were then out of work. So she said, if you ever need an angel, an extra angel or angels to help you out, call in on Hazel's Angels. They'll love to help you. And I love that story. So thank you for letting me tell it. Now, Philip goes on to say, you have also asked about spirit guides. We have given a lengthy answer about angels and feel your need to continue this discussion later. This being said, we shall leave you with this thought. And I just want to say, when I'm writing Philip's answers, I do get impatient at times. And it's like, okay, this is getting lengthy, let's wrap it up. And so he picked up on that. So here's what he wants. We are going to do part 2 on spirit guides next Friday. But this is what the message he really wants to leave us with. You as a human are never alone. There are heavenly beings always with you to guide, to protect, and fill you with love. You've merely to ask. I love that. I'm going to repeat it. You as a human are never alone. There are heavenly beings always with you to guide, protect, and fill you with love. You've merely to ask. And some of those heavenly beings might be right here on earth, channeling that angelic energy. Shall we get our soul message for this week? Just a reminder, we just flip through here and stop at any page. If you got right, your intuition is right on with me. If you got left, that's a message for you. And I always read both sides. And many of you do get back to me and say, okay, that message on the right, that was cool. That was for everybody. But boy, that message on the left that you read, that one really hit home. So thank you. So here's our message on the right. This is our message from Philip for all of us. Beethoven was without hearing, and yet he heard music. Beethoven was without hearing, and yet he heard music. I love that one. And I will tell you, since I was a very young girl, I have heard sounds in my ears. And when I was in my 20s, it would come and go. And it used to drive me absolutely crazy. Until I finally came to terms with it and realized, as one of my teachers said, well, just follow it. And I did. And I have to tell you, some pretty big things started happening in my life after I started following it. And off and on throughout my life, and as I've told you, I turned 75 on November 11th. And throughout my life, the sound in my ears does change. And when it's really trying to get my attention, I find if I follow it, I am taken to rather miraculous places. So some of us do hear that sound from the angels, but it's not always humanly feels pleasant. But if we really follow it and listen to it, it becomes the most angelic music, and it is calming and it is beautiful. Our human selves often want to fight it, however. So, Judith tells us she hears it. Good, good. I'm glad to hear that. If you heard left, this is your message. Even free rent cost. Even free rent cost. So keep in mind that there may be something that you need to do to make life here on the planet better for you and the rest of the world. And I remind you again, Beethoven was without hearing, and yet he heard music. I am so glad, and Judith just laughed at that. She put LOL. I am so happy to share these moments with you every Friday, and I so thank you for your coming on live comments, and also those comments that you leave when you weren't on live. They really keep me doing this, and you would think after a couple of years it would be easier and calmer, but I'm still a bit of a nervous wreck when I do this. It's much easier, though, to answer your questions and just to be able to write out the answers. I love that. I will tell you, it's much easier for me to stand in front of a crowd of several hundred or even 1,000 or 12 people than it is to do this in front of a virtually, I guess. So sunshine, thanks, enjoyed as usual. And Judith sends XOs, lots of kisses. And what I want you to know is this really does calm me and help me. So thank you, all you earth angels out there. And thank you, Debbie, for the hearts. Thank you, everyone, for being with me. Have a happy, happy solstice. Have a Merry, Merry Christmas. And remember, this is going to be one of the most powerful, powerful weeks of your lifetime. Use it. Walk labyrinths. Let go of all that's holding you back. Dream big, visualize, and call on your angels. Next week, we'll go into spirit guides. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you, Judith. Thank you all for being with me today. And most of all, thank you for accepting our love. And thank you for loving us. And Judith says, blessings to all which we pass along. I love you, my friends. We'll see you next week. Goodbye for now.